Hello and welcome to my manga haul for November. I've got a box. The box has manga in it. And I'm going to open the box. I've actually already opened the box. I just shut it again to remove the packaging. Anyway, let's get on with the haul that is inside the box. And this box has massive wraps. They're overwrapped, they're that big. Yeah. I've never seen wraps on a box so big. Anyway, let's get into the manga. They don't even bend right down against the floor. Okay, first up in the box is Fall in Love, False Angels Volume 2. I enjoyed Volume 1, so I picked up the second one. I think there's like 4 out now, but I'm behind on like everything. But yeah, this is a high school romance about... It's a good rest, this big flap is. This is a high school romance about 2 people on the student council who hide their true selves, so they're like false angels because they pretend to be very good, but they're actually different than how they appear in school, and they both discover their other one's true personality, and they kind of grow closer because of that. I think, from what I remember, this one has had an anime announcement, and I don't think it's had an official announcement yet, but I think it's had like unofficial anime announcement, and I think it is getting an anime, from what I've heard. But yeah, I enjoyed Volume 1, so I picked up Volume 2. Next in the box is Nina the Story Bride 9. Did I buy 8 last month? I don't think it's that long since I got a volume. But yeah, I like Nina. It's a great josei fantasy series. If you enjoy like fantasy stuff. Yeah, I really like the previous volume. And I'm interested to see how things continue in this current arc and where things end up going. I know the series are quite far ahead in digital releases. I think it might be like 12, something like that. But yeah, really enjoying Nina. Next, I have a BL. I think this one is a one-shot. I don't think it's a series. I had this on my list of manga that came out this year that I wanted to buy, but I forgot that it existed because every time there's an announcement for a manga that I like the sound of, I will take a screenshot of it and I will save that to an album on my phone. Well, obviously when I took the screenshot of this one, I forgot to add it to the album. Therefore, when I was going through the album to see when everything was coming out, I forgot about this one until I was going through the photos on my phone to get rid of some that I no longer wanted, and I found this and I was like, why wasn't this in my album? And so yeah, I added it to the list and bought it this month. There is another one in this box that I did the exact same thing for, and it's also a BL. There, I really need to remember to straight away after taking the screenshots put them in the album, or else if I wait a couple of days I'll forget, and then I'll forget that they were ever announced. So anyway, yeah, this is a BL. It's called Lethal Dose of Love. I can't see a number 1, so I do think it's a one-shot. It is mature. It is plastic wrapped. Pretty sure it's about they used to be classmates in high school or college, and one of them had a crush on the other, but they never actually admitted it, and now they're older and he's met with him again, but he has a boyfriend. So he realizes that yeah, he is actually gay, but he never had the courage to ask him out, and now he's in the arms of another man and he's kind of regretting it. So yeah, I did like the cover. I think that's probably why I added this one to the list. But yeah. Next, I got a manga called The Big Apple. This wasn't originally on my list, but I saw that volume 4 or 5 just came out, and I saw the description for it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's like a hitman, but with superpowers. though I think the blonde guy is the hitman. And he works for this organisation where he has to take out targets. Obviously, that's what hitmen do. But he originally took the job because he needed the money, but now he wants out of the job. And he can't get out of the job because they won't let him go. And this is his boyfriend, and I don't know how long they've been dating, but they are already dating at the start. And he wants to get out in order to protect his boyfriend, because his boyfriend doesn't know what his job is. He doesn't know that he's a hitman. And so, yeah, he's trying to get out of being a hitman, but he can't. And this guy, and I don't know if he himself has superpowers, but I know there is people in here who do have superpowers. So it is set in, like, New York, modern day New York, but there is people with powers as well. So it's kind of got a bit of a supernatural aspect to it. But yeah, I don't know how many chapters this contained. I did have a look at the first couple of chapters online just to make sure it would be something I was interested in getting, and they did seem quite interesting. So yeah, I did decide to pick up the physical. So I only read the first couple of chapters, so I don't know what happens throughout the rest of it. I just wanted to make sure it was something I would be interested in. Unlike with this next one. So this is Winter Wolf Volume 1. This is a steamship title. I was interested in buying this one anyway because it is a steamship title, but then I saw that Dragon Ball Zoe had put it on Instagram and she said that it had some like darker elements to it, and I was like, that got to be even more intrigued, so I decided to put it on the list for this month. And so again, I decided to go online to check out the first couple of chapters and just to see if I liked it, and then I read the first couple of chapters, and then I read the next couple, and then I read the next couple until I ended up reading the entire thing in 2 days. So I have actually finished reading this online because I just couldn't stop, so safe to say I did like it. But the thing with the version online is it didn't have any of the smut. It had been cut out because the website it was published on, which is Liaison or something like that. I know it starts with an L. Obviously their website doesn't allow 18 plus content, so they removed all of the smut. So I have read the entire thing minus the sexual parts, and I know the physical copies do have the sexual parts in there, so I probably won't fully reread it because I have literally just read it like a week ago, but I do definitely want to read at least those parts in the physicals because obviously I didn't have that on the online version. But yeah, even though I completely finished reading it online, I do want to still collect the physicals because I did really like it, and I do want to own it physically and get the sex scenes, obviously. But yeah, it's 2 webtoons go in seasons, so it is 2 seasons in total, and I did like season 1 more than season 2. Season 2 just felt like just an epilogue, basically. But yeah, I did really enjoy reading it online, and I will enjoy reading the steamy parts in the physical. But yeah, I don't normally read online. I just wanted to check out if I would like it or not, and then I couldn't stop. So yes, safe to say I liked it. Next is Dysfunctional Family Theory Volume 1. This one is multiple volumes. I think it's only 2 or 3 volumes in total, but yeah. This is a BL about his ex-girlfriend. I think it's this guy's ex-girlfriend recently passed away, and at her funeral he receives a letter saying that she has a little girl and he's a potential father of that little girl. But there's also another man, this black-haired dude here, who's also a potential father for a little girl. And so she said instead of having a DNA test and finding out who's actually the father, she wants all 3 of them to live together and for the girl to choose who she wants as a father. So the 3 of them end up living together in like a dysfunctional family situation, and these 2 are obviously grow to like each other. And yeah, it looked cute. This one wasn't plastic wrapped, I don't think. It is 15 plus. So I don't think it's explicit or anything, but yeah, there's the kid. Yep, interested in the sound of this one. Next is Tsukihiko's Happy Hell Volume 2. I like Volume 1. It's like a josei. I wouldn't really class it as smart. They do have sex, but it's not like explicit. It's more just like office romance josei. It wasn't plastic wrapped. Anyway. But yeah, she ends up having to marry him. Is it married? So, they're just dating. I can't remember. It's been a while since I read Volume 1. I might have to skim the first volume before I read this one, but they end up living together and he's very against it, but she's completely besotted with him, and he's, Tsukihiko. So yeah, I did enjoy Volume 1. I'm just going to have to refresh my memory of it because I don't remember everything about it. Next is Sweet Room Escape Volume 2. This is the final volume, I'm pretty sure, of this one. I like Volume 1 enough to read the second one, and because it's only 2 volumes, I did want to see how it ended. But yeah, this is another BL about... He works for a company, but he's like... has different sex contacts around the world. Wherever he goes on a business trip, he ends up meeting up with them, and then he is the guy he meets while in... I can't remember what country it was, but he ends up becoming besotted with him, basically, and he ends up trying to meet up with him and become his boyfriend, and he's like, I'm not interested in a relationship, I just want to have fun and have like one night stands and like sexual meetups and stuff. But yeah, that's that one. And the last one in this first pile is My Name is Shingo Volume 4, sci-fi horror from Kazuo Umezu. This volume was thicker than Volume 3. Volume 3 was a bit thinner than the first two. Like 2 was very thick, and I now say this is the second thickest, and then 1 and then 2. I don't know how many volumes this is going to be in total, but it is definitely interesting. It came out in, I think, the 80s, so the sci-fi aspects are not as sci-fi as they used to be back then. I mean, it's just a robot who makes machines. But it is now getting to the point where it is becoming more sci-fi from today's point of view. But yeah, alright, I'm enjoying it. I tend to enjoy Kazuo Umezu. And this is quite a thickie. Next, I'm going to go over the next pile. This next pile is all Viz Media. I got quite a lot of Viz Media this month. And I'm just going to put it over there. And the first one is Sakura Saku 7. This is 2 left after this one, I think. I think 9 has just come out, so I think the series is now finished. I just not caught up with it yet. I just bought 7, and then next time I do a haul that includes a Sakura Saku volume, I'll probably get both 8 and 9 to finish it off. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. And that's 7. Next is Otaku Vampire Love Bite 3. I think 5 of this one's just come out. Yeah, this is the author of Kami-sama Kiss, Julieta Suzuki. I really liked the first 2 volumes. I really like Hina. She's very relatable. She is an otaku vampire who's obsessed with this one character from this anime called Vampire Cross. And when she learns she used to be a shut-in, but then she became obsessed with him and she moves to Japan to be closer to his origins, and she buys loads of merch and she has shrines to him and all that. And then her next door neighbour is a guy who looks kind of like the guy that she likes from the anime, and Mao, that's his name, that guy. And she ends up, he ends up finding out her secret about being a vampire, and it's very good. I do like her. Is he a bodyguard? Her guardian. Well, she's 19, so she doesn't really need a guardian. But the guy who her father sent to keep an eye on her, he's quite funny. So yeah, I have really been enjoying this one. Next is Tamon's B-Side 2. I liked Volume 1, so I grabbed Volume 2. Obviously, I'm quite behind on this because I only just started reading it, and I think it's currently got like 9 volumes out. But yeah, it's an idol called Tamon he's in a group called Face, and this girl is his biggest fan. And she's obsessed with him, and she becomes his housekeeper because his old housekeeper has to go on maternity leave, or does she get into an accident or something like that? And she then realises that the real Tamon is not like the person he is on stage, and he's like very gloomy and depressed, and like she kind of views him as 2 different people at first, because she talks to Gloomy Horror, as she calls him, about Timon and how he shouldn't disrespect Timon, and yeah, it was quite funny. I enjoyed the first one, so I grabbed the second one. And next, Kakuyo, Bed and Breakfast with Spirits 10. I think with this volume we're getting into the second half of the anime soon. I'm not sure. I will just check where this volume ends. Yeah. The next volume, Volume 11, will start the second half of the anime, so like episode 13, 14. If you've seen the anime, you'll know what part I mean. But yeah, this is kind of ends like the first sort of arc. Yeah, I enjoyed the anime, and I like the manga too. I really like it if they released the light novel for this one in English. That would be cool. It is currently got a second season airing right now. I haven't really heard anyone talking about it, but I do really want to watch that because I really like the first one. Next is, if I can get it out of the box, Correctus High Sedai Volume 3. This contains 5 and 6. I've been really enjoying this series. I think it's very good. It's fantasy with Greek mythology, where she's a healer and she lives in this village that she's the only healer, so she's kind of overwhelmed with all the work. And she ends up throwing herself down a well and ends up in the underworld, where she becomes the healer for Hades. And yeah, it's very good. I would highly recommend this one if you want a good fantasy shoujo series. I think the 5th omnibus has just come out, so it's like quite far behind with all these series. Next is Like a Butterfly 11 and 12. This series complete now. 12 is the final one, so I grabbed both so I could have it done. Yep. I got another series that I completed in this box as well, but yeah, I've enjoyed Like a Butterfly, so looking forward to seeing these last 2 volumes and the ending. And then the last one from Viz Media is Wolfgang Backpins 12. This one ends at 16, so it's 4 left after this one. So this one's not far off ending as well. A lot of the Viz shoujo seems to be ending recently, because my special one's also ending as well, and 2 more volumes, or if it hasn't already. Yeah, that's all that pile, and there's 1 pile left. This is the other one that I mentioned that I forgot to add to the list when I took a screenshot of it, so I got delayed into now when I remembered it. This is Leave the Sacrifice at the Gate. Again, this is a BL, I think it's a one-shot. This one he is raises a sacrifice to be given to a god, but when he's given to the god, the god's not really interested in eating him like he's supposed to, and he kind of just keeps him around. And obviously this is plastic wrapped, so the god's going to devour him in other ways, I guess. Next is Choking on Love 2. I did try to buy this last month, but it was out of stock, but it is now back in stock on Scifier, so I grabbed the second one. It's a college romance between, I think she's an art student and he's in a band. I did also try to buy The Strange House Volume 3 this month, but that was also out of stock on Scifier, so I couldn't get that one, so I'll try it next month. Then It Takes More Than a Pretty Face to Fall in Love Volume 2. This is a high school romance about her girl who's obsessed with pretty faces, and this boy goes to her school and he's in danger of being expelled if his grades don't improve, and they decided that if he wants to keep his place in the school, he has to run the Instagram account and try to make more students go to the school, because not a lot of students want to go to the school. So she kind of becomes a social media manager while he takes pictures of him for this school's Instagram to encourage more students to attend the school, because she doesn't want him to get expelled because she likes his face. I know this one ended in Japan recently, and I think 20 volumes, something like that. I could be wrong, it could be less. I just know it ended recently. Next is Honey Lemon Soda 9. Very like Honey Lemon Soda. Continuing with it. It's a very cute high school romance, and the anime was very good too. I really like the anime, but this is past the point where the anime ends. The anime ended in like volume 7. Yeah, really like this one. Just a few more now. Next, is With You I Will Make It Through Volume 2. This one's got an anime airing currently, and I see lots of praise for it, and people say it's really good. Yeah, I really like Volume 1. I know it's a bit weird. It's like a girl and a dog guy, but it's super cute, despite the fact that he is a dog. Although him having fingernails is kind of weird, because shouldn't he have claws? Anyway, the first volume is cute. It has a few like slight smutty bits to it, but like very tame. I know that its prequel series, Hannah and the Beastman, was a lot more explicit than this one. This one's like just very tame. Smart, like he gets shirtless basically, and she gets excited by that. That's kind of the extent of how it goes. But yeah, it was very cute, and I wanted to read more. And last up, this is the other series I finished, which is No Longer Heroine, 9 and 10. I got them both because there's 10 is the final volume. This one's not Viz, this is Kodansha, this is the Empress. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how this one ends too, and how much of a train wreck the ending is, because this series has kind of been a train wreck as a whole. But yeah, happy to finally finish the series. And that is it. That is it. The massive wrapped box is empty. There's nothing left. And they're all piled on the floor. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next month for my reading log for November, and then I got the most anticipated releases of next year. I've already started working on that one, as in I've been writing down all of my most anticipated and getting all the information I need on them. So all I need to do now is find photos and then film it, basically, but I'm doing it next month because there's still Wonderful Wednesdays going on from 7 Seas, so I want to wait to see if they announce anything else that I'll be interested in before I do the video closer to the end of the year. And then my favourite reads of this year will also be close at the end of the year, just in case I read something else next month that I really like and want to add to that list. So yeah, but they will both be coming out next month, along with the reading log, and possibly a haul, depending on whether I get a haul next month with it being close to Christmas and all. We'll see. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for those. Bye bye.